Hey, all you lady dragons out there, it's me again, Jess, and I'm going to show you guys how I got this really beautiful braid style with Fulani braids in the front and crochet here in the back. So I started off with my Chi heat protectant, and I love that stuff. I just give my head a good nice massage, and then I go ahead in with my Yellowbird blow dryer. I did finally upgrade my blow dryer. I have a Silverbird now, but I haven't tried it yet. But as soon as I do, I'll leave a review for you guys to let you know what I think. So now that my hair is dry, I am just going to leave a couple drops of the Voice of Hair oil elixir. I love that stuff. It's really great for your scalp. Then I'm just going to separate the front of my hair from the back, and this is where the braids, the Fulani braids, are going to go. So I just put that in a rubber band, and I start cornrowing the area that the crochets is going to go on. So I still use pink oil. I love pink oil. My mother used it on me when I was a kid. I use it on my daughter and my sons. Still love me some good old pink oil. So I'm just doing straight down cornrows, and then I'm doing two braids going across the nape of my neck just to relieve the tension off the nape of my neck. And that's pretty much the braid pattern. So it is the next day. This is a GLEEmade wig. I will be adding it to the website soon. But yeah, I had some errands to run, some things to do, so I had to throw that wig on, and I'm finishing my hair the next day. Always need a good curly bush wig for days where your hair is not done or finished or half finished. So this is a braiding hair rack that I did get off of Amazon. I will leave a link down below. I've had this thing for almost 2 years and never used it. My child found it in the bottom of my closet and was like, why aren't we using this? And I'm like, I don't know. So the last time we braided her hair with box braids, I used it, and so now I'm using it to do my hair. And I will say it is very convenient, especially when you're doing feed-in braids. It is super convenient, and I've actually really enjoyed it. So I'm grabbing the Stasha Harris Shine and Jam. I'm using that on all the parting areas and the braid sections. So I just put it in the part, smooth it down, and then go back and use the comb again to make sure the part is extra straight. So I did pull inspiration from an Instagram page called Braided. This is a stylist in New York. She is amazing, very, very talented. Follow her on Instagram. I did love how the front braids were. I figured it was a little high level for me, but I was going to try it. I knew I wouldn't dare try the braids in the back. So I just did more of a simple braid pattern for the rest of the braids, but I did want to try to get that bang area in the front. So this is my attempt. So I couldn't quite figure out how she got that curved section in the front of these cornrows at the front. So I decided to just do a diagonal part and try to do the braids going back and then going down. And this is pretty much what I did. I didn't add any feed-in hair to this first area of the braid, but I did start adding feed-in hair when it turned and started going down. And the feed-in pieces that I put in, I tried to make them all the same. They're not exactly all the same, but they're pretty small. I usually just put it underneath my fingers and just start incorporating the feed-in hair that way. And usually I'll add 1 or 2 pieces every turn or so. But I'll explain more about the feed-ins when I get onto the cornrows. I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. I'm feeling all this, she already know this. She want a bad man to come and video this. You a murder me, eh, 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 eh. You a murder me, eh, 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 eh. You a murder me. You a murder me. So make you give them, girl. So now I'm going to start working on the cornrows that are going to go up into the ponytail or the bun area. So I knew I wanted to do a ponytail or a bun look, so I knew I wanted the braids going up instead of just straight back. I also knew I wanted to have baby hair, so I went ahead and pulled those out and used edge control to lay those down and keep them away from the braids that I'm creating. I used just duckbill clips to hold my hair away. I didn't have enough rubber bands to put my hair that I wasn't braiding in rubber bands, so I just used those purple and white clips. They did get a little cumbersome. I wish I had rubber bands, but I couldn't find my rubber bands. I actually ended up ordering a bunch of them on Amazon, so I'll link those down below as well. So like I said, I usually put one piece of feed in hair in, and I tuck it underneath the fingers that I'm using to braid. Then I braid for 2 turns, and then I go ahead and put another piece of feed in hair in. And I'm leaning back because the hair is back there. It's on the little hair stand. So for this first braid, I think I only used about 4 pieces, but I didn't like the density of it. I wanted it a little thicker. So I think for the rest of the braids, I used about 8 pieces. So when braiding the hair down, I did end up flipping it over to the other side of my head because it was just too much tension pulling on the braid. So that's a good trick. Just relieve the tension and just flip where you're braiding the hair at so that there's less tension when you're braiding. I went ahead and did the next cornrow parting section, added the Stasha Harris Shine and Jam on either side of the braid just to keep the hair from getting intertwined into what I was braiding. I found that that really kept happening a lot, but when I added the edge control, it stopped happening. Like the flyaway hairs weren't getting incorporated into the wrong braid. So I also made sure to pull my baby hairs out and to lay those down with edge control to kind of keep those in place as well. Before I started the braid, I always used my rat tail comb to create that first section so I knew where the braid would start and I'd have a good starting point. These are not stitch braids. I do not know how to do stitch braids. All I was trying to do was just make it easier for me to do the feed ins, and so that's why I was kind of like sectioning off where the next area of the braid would be. So like I said, I always add the hair underneath the section that I was braiding, the fingers that I was braiding with, and then did 2 turns of the braid and then added it underneath where the fingers that I'm braiding with, and then did 2 turns and continually did that. And then on the end of the braid, like once I stopped with the cornrows, I added another 1 or 2 pieces when I was just braiding the hair down just to make it a lot fuller. Honey, 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 my honey, my honey, 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 where you moving that body? It make me want to throw it, baby. Where you moving that body? It make me want to throw it, baby. Come make me go, whoa. Come make me go, yeah. Come make me go. Come make we go. I'm ready now. Oh yeah, baby, come on, oh yeah, baby, come on. So this is where I'm saying the area of the cornrow area is already done, and now I'm just doing an actual just regular braid, but I'm still adding hair to make just the regular part of the braid area thick enough. I'm also going to start dipping my fingers into the edge control and just making sure my fingers are coated with edge control. I don't really rub the edge control down the hair. I just make sure my fingers have plenty of edge control on it, and then I just incorporate the edge control that's on my fingers to whatever I'm braiding. And I find that that technique is actually faster for me and incorporates the edge control everywhere, as opposed to trying to figure out which piece of edge control I'm putting on the hair, if that makes sense. I also want to point out that I haven't been going to the nail salon as much because school has started back and I really haven't had a lot of time to spend in the salon. I do plan on getting back to it, but the fact that I don't have nails on is amazing. It makes braiding my hair in really intricate, interesting styles so much easier. So I don't know, you guys. I feel like I'm going to start maybe going back to wearing press-ons, because then I can easily put the nails on and take them off when it's time for me to do a braid style that I really want to try to achieve. I don't know. Do you guys wear press-ons? I think I'm going to go back. I was wearing them a lot during the pandemic when we couldn't go to the nail salon. But then as soon as the salons open again, I stopped. I think I may go back to it because I really like being able to wear my own nails when I'm trying to braid and do cornrows.
Are you feeling my way? Cause I'm feeling your way. So pass up on it, family, mama say it's okay. Oh, them up me on surely. Baby, you know it's okay. Nah, nah. You're a pretty fine girl and I have a pretty fine waist.
So I didn't mention it, but the hair that I'm using is the Outre Expression hair, and it's in a color 1B, and it's 100% Canacolon hair, and it's the pre-stretched. This is my favorite braiding hair. It's my go-to. It's pretty much the only braiding hair that I use. So I will leave links to where you can grab it on Amazon. You can also grab it in your local beauty supply store. It should come in 3 bundle packs. Like I said, I love this. I've bought it in the 6 bundle packs. I bought it in the 10 bundle packs, and I always use it. I use it for myself and my daughter. I love how smooth it is to work with. It doesn't hurt my fingers, and it's just good hair that I have never had a problem with. So I'll link it off of Amazon down below, but like I said, you could probably find it in your local beauty supply store as well.
Play my song. Yeah, I'm chilling with the girl and we getting high all night long. She love the bad thing. She hold a bad man. She want the.
And just a quick disclaimer out there, you guys, I am not a professional braider. This is not a tutorial for feed-in braids. This is just me attempting and trying my best. I've done feed-in braids a couple times in the past. Never anything like this. This was very complicated and difficult for me to achieve. So yeah, this is not a feed-in braid tutorial. I definitely try my best, and this was about as good as it got. Say all that to say, I did end up making a few mistakes. I had to take a couple braids out and do them again. But you know, it all worked out. And then you see I missed a whole entire piece of the braid. So I was like, I'm not taking another braid out. I'm literally just going to incorporate this braid where it is, and we're just going to make it work. So yeah, there's a lot of that going on in this hairstyle, you guys. All right, so that was pretty much all the hair that would last for one side. So I went ahead and added more hair to the hair stand, and I did the other side off camera because, like I said, it was a struggle enough doing that on camera. So then what I decided to do was take those front 2 braids out. I was not crazy about how thin they were or about how they looked when I braided them. So I was like, let me just redo these front 2 and try to just keep it simple. So I decided to just braid them going straight down, nothing fancy, and just do regular feed-ins for them going straight down. And I just pulled my baby hairs to the side, and that was a lot easier for me to achieve, you guys. And I think it looked a lot better than that first attempt that I did. And so I ended up just doing it this way, and I was much more happy with these. So now it's time to just go ahead and put the crochet here in the back. This is the very simple part of this tutorial, you guys. It's literally regular crochet. I just double knotted it so that the hair didn't slip out. Nothing crazy and nothing special, just very, very simple. But I decided to make it very, very full so that I had a lot of good coverage. So I used 3 entire bundles of the Brazilian Deep Twist in 18-inch. This is from Bobbi Boss, and this is a 1 bundle pack, and I used 3. And so I will leave a link down below to where I got this hair on Amazon, and you can grab it there as well. So once I finished doing the crochet, the style was pretty much done. All I needed to do was lay my baby hairs down. I didn't even trim the crochet or cut it in any way. It laid really, really beautifully. I'm really impressed with this hair. I like this crochet hair. I never used this one before, but I think maybe I want to do a full crochet tutorial on it because I really like it. I decided to put the braids up into a bun. I really, really like this hair in a bun. I love this Fulani style of feed-in cornrows, and I've always wanted to try it, but I just didn't feel like my feed-in braid skills were up to par, but I just gave it a try. Why not? So then I went ahead and put some boiling hot water in a thermal cup. I went ahead and dipped the braids into it, making sure that after you dip them, when they come out completely straight, and then you just can dry them with a small towel. And that was pretty much all I did for this part. And the last step was just to add the beads. These beads are from Amazon. I'll leave a link down below to where you can grab them. I lost the beater. We've used these beads probably 3 or 4 times. My daughter's used them. I've used them. So they've been around the house for a while. I don't know where our beater is, so I decided to just use a crochet hook. Obviously, this is a more difficult way to do it. Don't lose your beater. But yeah, do what you got to do, right? So then you push the beads up to where you want them to sit. You fold the braid over. You place a rubber band around it nice and tightly. And then you trim the excess braid off and push the rest of the beads down. And that's how you do beads on your braids. So the front 2, I wanted those to be a little shorter, but the back braids, I wanted them to be long. So I left them super long, but the fronts, I wanted a little shorter. So I put beads on all of the hair. I didn't show every single bead, but I just showed the first one. But yeah, there are beads on every single braid. Then I grabbed my edge brush and my GLEEmade edge control, which is available on Amazon. If you want to grab those, my products are on Amazon Prime. So definitely support your sis and grab some GLEEmade products. That's an amazing way to support. And then you can go ahead and use the edge control. I used it for my baby hairs. This time I wanted the baby hairs to be a little extra. I mean, it's an extra hairstyle, so extra baby hairs are sort of a must. So I went ahead and did some curly baby hairs, and yeah, that's pretty much the end of the style. I definitely have wanted to do this style for a while. I mean, I feel like almost years now. So I'm so happy I finally mustered up the courage and took the time to do it. I do have some things that I would do to improve it next time. So I already have some ideas on how I would do this again and do it better potentially. But I'm super happy with the outcome. I've gotten so many compliments on this hair. You guys have loved it. I absolutely love it. And people that have seen me in it love it. So I would definitely suggest giving it a try. Save this video, send it to your stylist, or you know, show it to your homegirl, and maybe you guys can recreate this at home. I'd love to see if you do. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new tutorials, because I have a ton of good stuff coming and I don't want you guys to miss it. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I appreciate you and love you so much. Share this video with a friend. Share this video with a braid lover. Share this video with your mama. Peace.